You know you couldn't have made it here without your mama's support. So let's jump on in. What's up, guys? I'm back. Today I just wanted to kind of go over support Pokemon. So, if you've been playing competitively, you've probably seen these guys, especially these three. With the exception of maybe Oranguru and Alcremie. Although you will occasionally see those. But I just kind of want to go over what they do, and maybe you can find out which one is best fit for your team as well. So let me just go over these. We got Whimsicott. You have probably seen this thing if you've even been on the rank ladder at all. It's probably the highest support Pokemon. Togekiss has a higher play rate, but you can play Togekiss as a attacker or just control however you want. But so Togekiss has definitely more variability. But Whimsicott, probably the #1 support Pokemon as far as player choice goes. Definitely the most common. So this is my set I run. You always see Tailwind. You always see Tailwind on this Pokemon, and the ability is what makes this Pokemon incredible. Same with Grimmsnarl, is the prankster ability. You also get that with Sableye. So the prankster ability, basically, if you don't know, allows any move that's not an attack to go first. So you get priority on those moves. So Tailwind, Charm, and Fake Tears, if you use those Whimsicott, they all get priority. Same with Grimmsnarl with Light Screen, Reflect, and Thunder Wave. If it's not an attack, you have priority. So Whimsicott is something you would want on your team if you're trying to just... You always want to outspeed your opponent, but Tailwind doubles the speed of your whole team. So that move is obviously incredible. You all probably know about this move, but you run this move on Whimsicott, and then the other three are up to you. Honestly, you have to run the Tailwind. Let me go over what I chose here. So I have Charm. Let me show you what they do. I have Charm, which lowers the target's attack stat. Harshly lowers the target's attack stat. So if you're going up against really heavy physical attackers, this will slow them down really fast. Very good move. So it's very good for control. And you get the prankster, so you're charming. You charming right off the bat. Right off the bat. You got Fake Tears, which this move is probably one of her more popular moves. Sorry, it was a boy. I said her. This one's a boy. Here. That was my laundry. It's ready. But we got Fake Tears, and that harshly lowers the special defense stat. So you're going to be using this move if you're pairing Whimsicott with a special attacker, which I do. So I'm either pairing Whimsicott with Charizard or Toxtricity, both special attackers. So Fake Tears is pretty clutch. And I go for Energy Ball. You'll see a lot of people run Moonblast. Energy Ball is probably the second pick. I just like the Grass Stab a little better than the Fairy Stab right now. It seems to be coming in handy a little more. I've seen a lot of Rotom Wash and Gastrodon, so I decided to go for Energy Ball. As the meta changes, a different attack will probably be better. But right now I see Energy Ball being the most optimal. Not saying Moonblast is bad. Moonblast will still, obviously, in certain matchups, depending on the typing, give you, you'll be hitting more damage, especially if you're going against a Hatterene or Indeedee or something like that, which those usually come together as well. So there's Whimsicott. Pretty standard on Whimsicott there. I don't have the Togekiss set up, but because I don't play Togekiss, I have not conformed to the ways of the world. But if you haven't known, this is the big three right here. This is the three you always see. But Togekiss, you do see Yawn on Togekiss occasionally, which is a sleep move, which puts them to sleep on their second turn. So you can put huge pressure on G-Max or Dynamax, whatever it is. And you'll see the Follow Me. as well. That's like the move for Togekiss. That's really what makes it more support, is that it can follow me, and it's very tanky. Has a very high special defense. And you see a lot of times I run the weakness policy as well, so when you do run into it, it can tank it, and now it can also sweep. So that's pretty dirty. And some people have been running straight attack sets on this as well. But as far as support goes, this Pokemon's basically follow me and yawn. And I guess you could see an occasional life do, but follow me and yawn are the main things to worry about when going against the Togekiss. But I'm not going to spend too much time on Togekiss, because if you all notice, this thing has like a 50% play rate. It's the highest played Pokemon in the game right now. So you know what this thing does. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me if you don't. And Grimmsnarl, my favorite support Pokemon so far. He by far is my favorite. So he gets. I'm running the dual screens. So let's protect from physical. Let's protect from special. I like to be tanky. So that kind of gives you the idea of why I love this Pokemon. And the Thunder Wave gives you speed control. The only thing with Thunder Wave, the only bad thing, I'll show you right here, is that it has a 90% accuracy. You know, oh, that's not so bad, but that 10%, you're like, wow, you're missing. At least I miss this thing so much. I hate it. But when it hits, and you get that paralysis too, you have a 1 in 4 chance of them to not move with paralysis. And I also run the Spirit Break, which is pretty standard, I think. It lowers the special attack stat. It's an attack, so you don't get your Prankster off. But remember, you get Prankster with these, so these are going first. But you don't get Prankster with this because it is an attack. And he actually has a very high attack stat. This one I have trained defensively, but I've seen people train this thing physically and just surprising people that it actually Dynamaxes and slaps you, because his attack stat is pretty high. I forget his base. I think it's like over 100 though for sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it is though. He has pretty high attack. But he's pretty standard. So you're just putting up screens. Let my team be tanky. A little bit of speed control. He has a lot of options too, like fake out. You can get on him as well. What else? You can do fake tears with him as well, like Whimsicott. And Whimsicott, you can also do taunt. I forgot about that move. If you guys want me to talk about that move, I can as well. But I don't like taunt that much because it seems like most of the supports are dark, which taunt does not work on. And we got old Bessie here, Indeedee. Indeedee is a good support, but I've only really seen Indeedee in Trick Room. And Indeedee female is the only one that can get Follow Me, so you're always going to see the support as a female. It gets the Psychic Surge ability, so it sets up your Hatterene perfectly. Protects them from like all those moves like Fake Out and Mach Punch and Quick Attack, Extreme Speed. Any move with priority, Psychic Terrain says, nah, we don't do that. And if your opponent doesn't know that, you're going to gain a free turn. Trust me, I've forgotten about Psychic Terrain multiple times, tried to Mach Punch, or tried to Fake Out, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I totally wasted my turn. So remember, if you're going against a Psychic Surge Indeedee, if that thing's not burned out yet, don't be trying priority moves. They are not going to work. We're going to skip down. You also, the Helping Hand, obviously, that's self-explanatory. It gives your a 1.3 times bonus to your partner's next attack, and it has priority as well. So you don't need the Prankster on Indeedee to be good. I'm going to jump down to Sableye here. Slowly becoming my second favorite. Definitely is my second favorite, but it's kind of creeping up on Grimmsnarl a little bit. I don't think the move pools is good for Sableye, but the moves that Sableye does get, like Prankster Will-O-Wisp, Prankster Confuse Ray, seriously, like, that's pretty nice. So Will-O-Wisp obviously deals with physical attackers like Excadrill, for instance. You can just Will-O-Wisp it away right immediately. I do run the wide lens, which probably is a little different than what you've noticed. A lot of people run Focus Sash and stuff like that on Sableye. But I run the Wide Lens just for the extra Will-O-Wisp accuracy. And it's awesome because Will-O-Wisp is an 85 accuracy and it misses more than I would like for sure. So you also got Quash, which basically postpones one of the Pokemon you choose, and your partner Pokemon will get to go before that Pokemon. So let's say you have Sableye, Charizard, and they have Whimsicott and what's that guy? Dragapult. Very fast, fastest Pokemon in the meta basically. So you know Dragapult's going before Charizard, but you can Quash the Dragapult, and now your Charizard gets to move first. You know, that's how we explain that. And Ally Switch is a very unique move. It basically just switches your position with your partner Pokemon. So they attack the Charizard slot, you go Ally Switch, now they're attacking Sableye instead of Charizard. Basically how that works. You get priority also because you got Prankster, but even without Prankster, that move has priority. So just FYI, because you're going to see it on these two as well. Alcremie, I haven't used a lot, but I just wanted to mention Alcremie because it is a support Pokemon in a lot of ways, and I don't think it can really be played outside of that. I don't really know the move pool that well, but I do know it gets this move Decorate, which is an awesome move. It sharply raises the target's attack and special attack stat. So you basically just give your partner a weakness policy buff. Pretty nice. The only thing is, I was playing Trick Room, Indeedee Hatterene, and I went against an Alcremie, and they went Decorate when I went Follow Me, so they decorated my Bessie. So that was pretty nice. So do not decorate with Follow Me ever. Don't do it, because you're just gonna buff your opponent up. You don't want that. I can't really say much more about Alcremie. If you know more about Alcremie, leave some comments down about what Alcremie can do, so other people can see. Let's go ahead and move on here. We got Dusclops, probably my favorite Trick Room setter in the game. He's really tanky. He's a stage 2 or stage 1 Pokemon, right? Stage 2, He's the middle. He's the middle stage. So you can use Eviolite, which gives you a buff to your defense and special defense. So he's very tanky. His defense stats are basically the same as his evolved form, Dusknoir. I'm running the Will-O-Wisp, Nightshade, Ally Switch, and Trick Room. So your Trick Room, you get that off, and you usually pair this with like a Rhyperior or a Ferrothorn or something that's really slow, maybe a Kinkiller or whatever, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to see it with a Rhyperior. And I'm sure there's some other combinations that would be great as well, but that's basically all I've ever seen someone do with it. So yeah, you get the Trick Room off. You now have Ally Switch, so you can switch up what you're doing on your opponent. You can kind of keep them guessing, which can be very... Some people are smart and they know that you have no choice but to Ally Switch. But Nightshade is just a good little attack. It does 50 damage. It does damage equal to the user's level, so you're in 50 battles. So it always hits 50 damage. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have special attack 0. It doesn't matter if they have special defense buffed all the way. It's going to hit 50 damage no matter what. So that's a pretty good move in its own right. And Will-O-Wisp, again, is just to kind of slow down physical attackers and get a little bit of chip damage as well. And I have actually seen people like use that move on themselves to prevent like sleep or stuff like that. So Will-O-Wisp is it's a tech move for sure. I mean, not tech, but you know what I mean. Like, you can do a lot with it. It has a lot of usage. And if you're really smart, you can use it in a lot of ways you wouldn't normally. And let's talk about Harambe. Sorry, Oranguru. But I still remember you, Harambe. As you can see, I have named my Oranguru Harambe. I remember you. They shot you down unfair, unjust. Just wasn't right. I can't believe y'all did that to my boy. Let's talk about him now, though. So he has a unique move. It's called Instruct. Basically what Instruct does is it says, alright, my partner Pokemon used this attack. I'm going to instruct them to use it again. So let me explain. Charizard goes Heat Wave. Oranguru, like his Heat Wave resolves. When it's Oranguru's turn to move, he goes Instruct, Heat Wave again. Basically is how that works. I don't run Heat Wave on Charizard, but that's just an example. So that's not a bad move, I'm just saying. Really awesome on Toxtricity. So you go like Boom Burst, and then you go Instruct, Boom Burst. Huge damage. And just so you know, you're like, well, you're going to be hitting your own Harambe. Well, he has Telepathy, so he anticipates allies' attacks and dodges it. So you can use mass spread moves. And your boy's like, nah, I see the bullet coming this time. Y'all ain't shooting me dead twice. No, y'all ain't shooting me dead twice, okay? Y'all ain't gonna Harambe number 2 me, okay? He's got the Trick Room. He's traditionally a Trick Room setter. So because he's slow. He's a slow boy. Planet of the Apes, slow boy. Wise boy. And he's got the ally switch. Another, just throwing the opponent off. And my one little attack, Psychic, because you don't want to be stuck without being able to do damage, because trust me, you want some kind of attack. So you want to be able to deal damage some sort of way, with the exception of Sableye. I really could. He has so many good moves. So that's all the support Pokemon I can think of that I have anyway that are even useful. There may be a few. I mean, I've seen some people use this guy, but so that's all I'm going to talk about today, guys. If you liked the video, leave me a like and a comment. Maybe subscribe. Maybe tell your boy and your mom and dad to subscribe. Whatever. And thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys again next time. Peace, brah.